Hi, I'm Adam. On this channel, we talk about holistic landscape management, education, and inspiration. Behind me here, we have a wetland. Wetlands are super important habitats and ecosystems for three reasons. Reason one is it's important wildlife habitat and food source. Reason two is that it's a great filtration system for the waterways. And reason three is that it is our most productive environment in our region. And I'll explain what each of those three things mean. So down below here, you can see the degree of the wetness there. It's just total mud. My foot would just sink right in there. We have skunk cabbage and grasses growing up here. We have a multiflora rose. We have barberry, and look, there's some deer back there. You probably can't see them, but they're just on the other side of that tree there. There's like 3 deer, so they love it back here as well. I've also been seeing ramps. There's lots of red maple. This is a red maple stand, and then just all of those species and more. I'm also seeing lungwort, and so just you can see that the species diversity here is incredible. If we were to go just up the hill here, what we would find is that hardly any green would be popping up yet. And so what we're getting here is we're getting photosynthesis happening already. This is in mid-April compared to just uphill on the ridge there. You wouldn't have any photosynthesis happening. What does that mean? That means that the Earth being a solar collector. And what does that mean? These plants, what they do is they absorb the sun's energy, and they use that to grow their vegetative self, and then they use that to flower, and then they use that to also put out their seed. And every part of that could be used by wildlife. The deer's looking at me over there. Could be used by a wildlife, say, for use and consumption. And so there's a lot of insect activity here. I don't know if you can probably see the flies flying around here as well. There's lots of insects that like these plants that can eat everything from the plants to the microbiology to whatever's living in those soils. So there's a lot of both plant activity here and then insect activity, and then from there can be a lot of wildlife activity. So we're almost getting into peak migratory season for birds, and so you probably can't hear it on the phone here, but there's just an incredible amount of songbirds that are singing right now. Lots of song sparrows. I think I hear a white-throated sparrow, chickadees, titmice, cardinals, and then some other birds that I don't necessarily know. So in terms of wildlife, that's part of the shtick here with the wetland, where you have an incredible opportunity to have abundance and diversity of all sorts of wildlife species. So that's the wildlife aspect. The primary productivity aspect, which is the fact that wetlands are, at least in the temperate deciduous forest, the most productive environments that exist. And so what does that mean? That means that the wetlands do an even better job at absorbing the sun's rays throughout the year than any other type of habitat. There goes the deer. And so whether if I go a little bit up the hill here, it's not going to be as efficient. And why is that? It's because of canopy cover. With a wetland, you have this one might be like 50% canopy cover or so, and that's why what you see around here is you see all this brushy sort of mess. You have plant life in all 3 layers here, at least 3 layers. You have a canopy layer, and then you have a shrub layer, and then you have a herbaceous layer down there. Other layers I'm sure too, like underground layer and such, but these 3 layers are making it so that at every stage in the process that sun has even more opportunity to get absorbed, whereas up on the ridge, the canopy layer is so dense that the light doesn't quite penetrate, and those ups and downs in the make it so that sunlight can be more efficient getting absorbed. I can explain that in a different video. And the third thing was the filtration system of the wetland. So water is going to slow down in the wetland, and then what that's going to do is going to deposit sediment. and it's also going to allow some of those nastier heavy chemicals to settle down into the surface, so that once the stream picks up again, it's a lot cleaner. So it's filtering out all of that nasty stuff. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Also, I am putting out these videos in preparation for my book launch. Book launch should happen May 1st. Trying to do it for Beltane. So take a look out for that. It's going to be called Ecosystem Gardening. It's going to be talking about all sorts of stuff like this and how to apply it to your residential landscape. Thanks. Bye.